is weird, odd, strange, or just plain bizarre is really your cup of tea, then the Golden State Media Concepts Weird News Podcast will give you that fix. Can't believe it? Well, listen for yourself as we deliver the strangest news you definitely won't find on CNN or Fox. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Weird News Podcast.
Welcome to the GSMC Weird News Podcast with your host, Ryan Holloway. We are brought to you by adamandeve.com. For a limited time only, you'll get 50% off just about any item using promo code GSMC. Again, that's promo code GSMC. Happy Monday. We got some weird stuff going on. But before I get to that, I have a weird honorable mention that I talked about in my entertainment news on Friday. The famous comedian, famous comic Louis C.K. had been accused of taking out his manhood and showing self-love to himself around women that didn't necessarily ask for that at the time. So he wrote out an apology, and apparently it's not news anymore. So I guess the moral of the story is apologize fast and things go away, because I haven't heard anything else about this. Like, I talked about it on Friday and then just disappeared. To me, that's weird news. But since he apologized and it's not weird anymore, then I guess that we're not going to focus on that. So guess what happened? Guess what the universe gave me for our weird broadcast today. I told you guys before that a man tried to avoid getting a DUI, so he jumped out of his car into the river to swim away from the police. That didn't quite work out. So what we have is a woman who decided to champion all that. She said, I'm not running away from anybody. A 53-year-old woman learned Thursday when she was stopped by Polk County Sheriff deputies that riding a horse down a busy highway in Florida intoxicated is probably something that you shouldn't be doing. They pulled her off the horse, went ahead and gave her a breathalyzer, and she blew a .161. So the legal limit is .08, so she might have been a little drunk. The police found her because people were calling in like, yo, there's a woman riding a horse down the freeway. We don't know what to do. So when I first read the story, I was thinking, hey, it's Florida. Like, you can do whatever you want there. Like, it's warm, you know, like be lenient, have some understanding. If someone has a horse, let her be on her horse. Are you jealous that you can't afford a horse? Jeez, you know, the world can be really envious and evil sometimes. But turns out she was riding down a highway, like where horses aren't supposed to be. I've been on trails where I hike, you know, I'm kind of active. So I've been on trails where horses are, and horses, when they're out of place, you can tell, like kind of like when you see one downtown, you're like, hey, there's a horse there. Or if I'm on a hiking trail, hey, there's a horse. But it's okay because it's a trail. There's dirt. The horse is living his life. He's just doing his thing. Same thing with downtown. I don't know why cops need to sit on top of horses, but you know, I feel like it's kind of intimidating, but whatever. It's a police horse. He went to the academy, he has a hat. He's a police horse. He's important. But when you're just on your horse on the highway, just mobbing, it's a problem. You're distracting people. You're on a whole horse. Secondly, people were calling because she was erratically driving the horse, like erratically. And people felt like the horse or her would be put in danger. I have a question. I want to know. Maybe Florida people are just really, really nice, or they're very concerned about society. But I want to know if they call in when drivers are driving erratically, because I feel like if people were calling the police when drivers were erratic, we would have less accidents. Are people only calling them when horses are being ridden erratically? And are you calling because you're maybe here's the thing. Maybe a lot of people that were calling in, they're horse professionals, and they can tell when someone isn't properly like steering a horse right. Because to me, like, I really wouldn't know. If I saw somebody on a horse, I would just think, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna get on my high horse and judge them because I don't have a horse. I don't know what riding a horse erratically looks like. I have no idea. So I wouldn't be one to call the police. But apparently, some good Samaritans felt like I feel like this is what they should do. Now, I would feel kind of bad if this woman was someone that like wasn't in trouble and was minding her own business, and she hadn't, maybe she was out for, just a common little ride, but she has a record of like being approached by animal control for like doing other wild stuff with animals. Not wild stuff, but just having too many of them, basic animal hoarding, those kind of things. I feel like you have too much money in your hands if you're hoarding horses, though. Like, I get it. If you're hoarding cats, you can get like 10, 15 cats by accident for free. I have a friend who had 2 cats, and then she eventually had 4 cats, and suddenly she was a cat lady. If you have 2, you're good. But once you get 4, I think you're turning into a cat person. So it's easy to hoard cats. But when you're hoarding horses, like, I don't know. I think maybe you have too much money in your hands. So, I mean, to her, I'll say congratulations. She's 53 years old. She could do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to ride a horse on the side of the freeway, then so be it. I just don't know. I personally didn't know that you can get a DUI while on a horse. I heard you can get one on a bike, but I didn't know that you can get one on a horse. And I don't think it's fair that you can get one on a horse, because if you're driving a car, then like you're in control of that car. So you should know what you're doing. That's on you. The car is a robot, right? For the most part, the car is a mechanical robot. It doesn't know what it's doing. Unless you get one of the special cars that can parallel park for you and drive for you. You know what? Not the Terminator cars. I'm talking about the regular car you put in drive and park. I mean that car. And if you're on a bicycle, you're controlling the bicycle. Maybe you don't know what's going on. It's a bicycle. It's not even a robot. It's just a mechanical piece of equipment. But a horse, I feel like horses are supposed to be pretty smart. Last time I checked, horses are very, very smart. You want to know why horses are so smart? Because they've been around for so long. So any animal that's just been around for a really long time, I feel like they have pretty good survival instincts. So, I mean, I think the police probably should have arrested the horse. Like, why would you let this drunk woman just get on top of you? Why would you? I mean, like, where is your horse responsibility at? Like, I feel like the horse plays a bigger role in this, because he has a role in this too. It takes 2 people to do this. Somebody can't just willy-nilly just get on a horse that doesn't want to be ridden. It doesn't work that way. Have you ever seen a horse that's bucking and broncoing all over the place that doesn't want to be ridden? They buck and bronco all over the place. But if you chilling as a horse and you're like, hey man, yeah, I'll give you a ride, and you decide to give somebody a ride and they're intoxicated, how's that person going to get in trouble? You telling me if I get an Uber and I'm drunk, then I'm going to get a DUI for calling the Uber? No, that's not how it works. The horse is basically like Uber. You call a horse says, all right, man, I'll take you to the store. No trip, no worries. The next thing you know, you hop on the horse, you chilling, minding your own business. Bloop. Hey, did you know that your rider is intoxicated, the horse? And the horse is like, nah, I had no idea, man. I was just being a good horse. Oh, well, sorry, sir. We're going to go ahead and have to arrest your driver, and you're going to have to find your own way home. The horse is like, all right, man, no worries. I'll try to find a ride. So the horse is going to basically throw you under the bus. And then he goes going to get on the bus and then go home, tell his horse friends, and laugh about it. So I feel bad for this woman. Honestly, I really do. Because I feel like if you're riding a horse down the freeway, then that was your only way to get where you were going. That, like, there's not a situation where you did this optionally. It was like, I blew my head gasket in my Honda. I don't have a bike. And, my credit card that's connected to my Uber is expired. So what am I going to do? Damn, I guess I got to take the horse. So you take the horse, and that's what you do. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I was this lady, I'd be genuinely upset. Based on her mugshot, she looks like she's upset. I mean, that could just be the way that her lips look from, recreational activities and living an alternative lifestyle. But other than all that judgment, I feel like she's upset because she just didn't have anywhere else to get where she was trying to go at that time. So I can't really say this is 100% her fault. I can't say it. Can't do it all. Guess what else happened? Your favorite running back was out. Now, if this isn't weird news, I don't know what is. No. This isn't even weird news. It's not. You know why? It's expected. Your man's OJ got kicked out of a hotel in Vegas the other day. Yeah, he was in the Cosmopolitan Hotel, had a little bit too much to drink, and got kicked out of a hotel. When the hotel was asked about it, the hotel said, we don't comment on our guests. Because why would you? I wouldn't want to comment on OJ. I don't want any parts of that. I'm not commenting on OJ at all. So he got escorted out of the hotel and he's been banned from the Cosmopolitan for life. I want to know if OJ is like purposely trying to like remain relevant, because I feel like for him to go out and be like, you know what, my life isn't complete unless Ryan Holloway mentions my name on Weird News, because I'm not gonna just not be in the news. What do you guys think this is? You think because I got out of jail last month and I'm on parole right now, you think I'm just gonna just not be in the news? I'm gonna go live some normal life? No, I'm gonna go to Vegas and get banned from a hotel. I want to know exactly what OJ was doing to get banned from a hotel, because in Vegas you're allowed to do anything. You can do anything that you want. Anything. They sell alcohol 24 hours a day. There's enthusiasms that are legal in Vegas that aren't legal here, if you know what I'm talking about. I.e. Lamar Odom. The only thing you could really even do in Vegas, that you really can't do, like that is not allowed, they'll kick you out of the whole city. Like they'll ban you from the state, and then you'll be in like probation in like your other states. Only thing you can't do is just be cheating on the cards. If you were down there cheating on the cards, they don't play that. They don't. I saw a casino, and when you cheat on the cards, then they take you to the back and they hit your hand with a hammer. I don't know if that's what really happens, but based on what happens at casino, then I'm going to say that's what happens. But if you have seen Casino, I think OJ would have fit in that movie perfectly, because he out here just breaking all the rules. Just breaking all of the rules. They just recently had a story talking about your man's Meek Mill, how he's about to go back to jail for some probation violations or whatnot. He did a couple things here and there, but they don't seem like they're that serious. So there's this whole like Stand With Meek Mill campaign going on. But this man, OJ, he's just got out of jail for armed robbery, and he down at the bar inside the hotel getting drunk and breaking glasses. Then when they walked him out, he was doing this whole OJ walk, the OJ he doing the whole OJ everything is fine walk, with his head up, just leaning, bouncing all around, laughing, getting escorted out by security. Now, me as a security guard, if I was a security guard, I would feel like one of the happiest days of my life would be escorting the juice out of a hotel, just because in Vegas and they let you do whatever you want to do. So I would feel like you got to just put up with a lot of stuff. So to go ahead and be able to like, I guess, escort a Hall of Famer, a washed up Hall of Famer out of the hotel, that might be a highlight of your evening. Like, yeah, so I ran up on him and I said, yo, you can't be here anymore. We no longer need your business. Then he smiled at me. He smiled at me like this. And I was like, hey, man, I don't want any problems. Then I walked him out. Then that's a story you just tell forever. Like, that's what you do. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if OJ got hemmed up before the year is over. And it's November right now. We got a whole, you know what? We're gonna start a campaign. We're gonna start no, we're not. That's inappropriate. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm just gonna say that I wouldn't be surprised if OJ didn't get hemmed up before 2018, because he's out in these streets wilding. When I get back, I'm gonna talk to you guys about somebody getting hemmed up and what he did to basically, I guess, remove himself from the situation, or his defense mechanism to not be hemmed up. Well, he got hemmed up, but he had this defense mechanism that was able to help him like not be under so much stress at the time. So, it's going to be great when I get back. It's kind of like, it's just like this. You know how there's animals and insects where you run up on them like a skunk? You know how you run up on the skunk and the skunk could just spray you like, hey, get back. It's like that, but it's just like that, but it's worse. It's going to be great. I'm going to be back. I'm going to pay a bill real quick. And then when I get back, I'm going to show you guys what's really popping. It's going to be the best advice you're going to get all day long. Well, it's not going to be my advice. It's just going to be a story. And then you can take with it what you want. Be right back. Are you looking to spice things up in the bedroom? Been fantasizing about surprising your lover with an adventurous new toy or adult movie? Well, here's an offer you won't be able to resist. Go to adameve.com, and for a limited time only, you'll get 50% off just about any item. But that's not all. When you select your one item at 50% off, you'll also receive 3 free adult DVDs for a little inspiration, plus a free extra gift so sensual we can't mention it on the air. And to top it all off, they'll even throw in free shipping off your entire order. And no, they're not kidding. So check out adamandeve.com today for this special offer. Get 50% off one item when you type GSMC for the offer code. When you do, you'll get 3 free DVDs, a free extra gift, and free shipping. Just use offer code GSMC at adamandeve.com. That's GSMC at adamandeve.com. Welcome back to the GSMC Weird News Podcast with your host, Ryan Holloway. Last segment, I talked to you guys about my thoughts on riding a horse intoxicated. A woman was arrested for riding a horse while intoxicated. I'm not sure how she's responsible for that. I feel like the horse should hold some culpability because, horses are supposed to be smart. I also gave you guys an update on OJ Watch 2017 because he's on a world tour to cause more trouble. So keep an eye out for that. I promised you that I would give you some advice on how to, avoid a situation that you may end up in. It's not a situation I would end up in, but for any of the listeners, because life happens. A Kansas man was pulled over and arrested and brought in because of suspicion of cocaine possession and all that type of stuff, just all the fun stuff you want to drive with. During his interrogation, to answer questions, he would fart, he'd pass gas, he'd be flatulent. While when he was asked a question, he would lean to the left of his chair or I believe it said to the right. He leaned to the right of his chair and just lift up his, just move and just 1, 2, just let one out. So I want to say that this is something that I saw when I was in elementary school. I want to say that, but I never did. I never knew of anyone to be that disrespectful to pass gas as an answer to a question while the teacher was talking to them. I never knew of that. I had no idea. Interesting thing is, for this guy's charges, you wouldn't think that he'd have that sense of humor. He's facing federal gun and drug charges in Kansas City. So you would think that you wouldn't expect something like this to happen. However, maybe it's code. Maybe it's something to let people know. If you're watching the interview, because they end up putting this interview out. If you're watching it and you're somebody from his cohort, you hear the interview you hear a pattern, it's like Morse code, boop 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 boop. So he may have been messaging somebody who's watching the interview indirectly, because apparently have the right to. They read him his rights, told him he has the right to a lawyer, but he didn't contact a lawyer. He felt like he had the right to remain gassy and would just continue to just be flatulent. What amazes me is that the police gave up on the interview. The police, they were asking the questions, the detectives were asking these questions, and then he continued to just fart after asking the question, and they just gave up. They said, we're not going to take this anymore. Word though? For real? If I didn't read that, I'd find it hard to believe, because when you watch television shows, these detectives go through anything to get an interview. They grab suspects up, put them up against the wall, offer them burgers, give them a whole bunch of water so they got to use the restroom, anything. Again, on TV, I don't know if any of this is real, but you telling me a couple poops and y'all leave the room after a couple poops? Somebody poop a couple times, you're like, hey, I can't take this anymore. Really? If this story gets out, you're going to have a lot of people just pooping in the interrogation room. Before you go rob a bank, just eat a whole bunch of beans, eat a bunch of pickles, just eat whatever's bad for you. And then when they put you in the room, hey, you know what? You're facing 10 to 15. It's about to go down. The only way for you to get out of this is just come clean. We know you were involved. We know about your friends. We know where the stash house is at. All you got to do is talk to me. And then they just let one out. I'm not about to sit here and make fart noises for y'all because I'm a grown up. But you can just use your imagination. Just sit during the most serious moment ever. You as a detective, just breaking it down, letting somebody know what they're in for. Like, listen, man, you got your lawyer here. He'll be here in about 15, 20 minutes. But if you talk to me, I'll see what I can do. I'll go talk to my boss, see if we can get a deal worked out for you. And then you just let one out. So disrespectful. Me as a detective, I think I'd feel disrespected too. Cause there's a lot of things that you could do to somebody. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of names you can call somebody, things you could say to people. But when you just poop just like that, just like 1-2 while someone's talking to you in like in a serious tone during a serious matter, I guess I'd feel disrespected too. I really would. So, I mean, I kind of understand just walking out. I really do. I mean, I don't know if they walked out because they felt disrespected or just because what your man's was cooking, what Mr. Sykes was cooking was just something else. Like, cause I've been in situations like that where it's not really hearing it that does anything. Cause I'm a grown up. If I hear a poop, I hear a poop. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't make that big of a difference to me. However, if you're somewhere and it's a contained area and somebody's like letting out some WMDs and you're trying to focus on what's going on, it could destroy your day. It really could. I've had workouts ruined by this. I've been in the gym before. I've been in the gym, the whole gym is what we talking about. We're talking about what? 6, 7, 8,000 square feet gym. And you have somebody like let one out, and then that green cloud that nobody can see it just take over the whole facility. Next thing you know, your workout is destroyed. You can't get your sinuses back. You can't get back in your zone. Some people they get a runner's high. Some people lift. You call the pump. If you get out of that pump because of a little whiff, then it's a wrap for you. So if it was a situation where the police felt disrespected, I get it. But if it was a situation where it just smelled really, really bad, then, I mean, you can't sit in that room like that. You can't sit there. There's no way. I wouldn't do it. So, I mean, I don't necessarily feel like people should look down on these officers for this. I mean, the guy ended up being charged with stolen firearm offenses and in possession with intent to sell cocaine anyway. So they had enough to charge, and I guess they're just going to ask some questions to be nice or whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't if I'm in that situation where I'm going to have to be inside of a room with someone just letting out the bad ones. I'm about to be like, you know what? I'm going to take my PTO today. I'm just going to go home. This isn't something I want to deal with. I'm going to pass. Not something I'm going to do. And guess what? So, you know how we say a word, people say things like first world problems, champagne problems, those type of things, to make things sound like really to make the complaints that we make sound really, really ostentatious. So that we're reminded that the things we complain about aren't really a big deal. You know what one of my major complaints has always been? One of my major complaints has always been that vending machines don't have good enough food. Vending machines do not have good enough food, and it's embarrassing, and someone needs to do something about it. So, you know what they did? They put oysters in vending machines. So, a seaside resort in France has oysters inside of their vending machines. Now they just solved my first world problem, because I was genuinely upset that vending machines didn't have good enough food. I feel like I don't want chips. I don't want peanuts. I don't want Starburst. I'm cool. You know what I want? Sometimes I want a lobster tail. Sometimes I want a little bit of a dolphin. Can I just have some chicken in the vending machine? I feel like for vending machines to take credit cards now, you should be able to get whatever you want. I saw a vending machine in SFO. That's the San Francisco International Airport. I don't know why it's SFO, but I don't know why it's SFO, but they have a vending machine that has Beats by Dre headphones in it. It's got iPhones in it, iPods, all that stuff. And that's cool. That's cool if you want to buy some electronics in the airport, which I don't really, regardless how much money I ever have in my life, and even when I sell out Madison Square Garden, I don't ever see myself buying electronics from the airport. I just don't, especially out of a vending machine. I just don't. I don't know who's responsible for that. I don't want to carry that with me on the plane. I don't want to do any of that. In fact, I don't even know why I would be at the airport. I should be flying private. I digress. But having oysters in the vending machine, that's love. That's love right there. Like oysters though, I mean, they didn't even have to go full oyster. They could have just had, I don't know, like catfish nuggets, shrimp. But to go full oyster in the vending machine, I'm all the way for it. I'm all the way. This is in France though. So because Europe is a little ahead of us sometimes, like we probably won't be getting the oyster vending machines for a while, but when we do, hopefully they let me know. However, I live in the Valley, so they're probably not going to be here. They're only going to be in places probably like San Francisco, Boston, New York, places near the water. Like I'm kind of landlocked where I'm at. So if we did have an oyster vending machine here, I'd be like, kind of look at it kind of weird. Kind of like when you see the homemade, the quick sushi. You see the quick sushi that somebody made allegedly earlier that day, and it's just in that plastic wrap. You're supposed to buy it and be like, hey, this is going to be great. I can't wait to eat it. And then, but if everyone's eating it once, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm the only one that has eaten the quick sushi. I've eaten quick sushi and it didn't taste bad, but it didn't taste like sushi. It tastes kind of like, I don't know. It tastes like a whole bunch of, I don't know. It tastes like a whole bunch of melted Starburst wrapped up in seaweed. It wasn't very good. And the oysters might be the same way. If I'm eating the oysters out of an oyster vending machine here in the Valley, there might be a possibility that my oysters ain't really cracking. Like instead of having that briny water, it's just got some artificial water in it. Like I crack my oyster open, I drink the oyster out, and and it's just not, it doesn't taste like the ocean like it's supposed to taste. It just tastes like loose gum and water, and I don't want that. So if we ever do get the vending machines with the oysters in them out here, y'all, I would appreciate if you let me know, because I'm not going to be the first one to try it. But if I do fly somewhere dope and they do have the oyster vending machines, I'm all the way for it. As long as it's not incredible, as long as it's not wildly overpriced. Because if you're trying to charge me like $30 for an oyster because if out of a vending machine, I'm gonna be kind of hot. In France, I don't know what they're gonna charge. I really don't know. Hopefully it's not like $30. If it should be reasonable. Like oyster price is like $2-3 an oyster. So maybe pay $5 for the convenience. I guess I'm gonna do that. So to recap this for you guys, you can't drink and then get on a horse. You can't. No matter how responsible you think the horse would be, he's not going to help you out. Secondly, OJ is in Vegas causing trouble, so be careful. And this is a heads up to you. You can do anything you want to in Vegas, anything you want. But if you get kicked out of a hotel in Vegas or banned from a hotel in Vegas, there's a possibility that Vegas isn't for you. Some people can't handle Vegas. Secondly, if you're ever involved in an interrogation and you're scared, really, really scared, it's okay to pass gas. Because our guy Sean Sykes in Kansas, he passed gas, and then they stopped interrogating him. For all we know, he may have asked multiple times for a lawyer, and then they told him no, so he just started passing gas. We only seen part of the tape. We never know. Lastly, you guys, nothing's impossible. They're putting oysters in vending machines. Reach for the star. Don't give up on your dreams. Thank you guys for joining me at the GSMC Weird News Podcast. This has been your host, Ryan Holloway, and I will be talking to you next time.